What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Johnny Venus and Dr. Dot are back once again. The duo known as EarthGang finally giving us the third EP in their little series that's leading up to their sophomore album titled Mirrorland. So this last EP, which is titled Royalty, might be the most complex out of the trio. I think it really aims to show their growth. Like if you listen from Rags through Robots and then to Royalty, you can definitely hear like growth in the music. I like that these skits are weird in a good way. It finally looks like all the pieces are starting to align. Before these EPs came out, they had talked about how each one is connected to each other and it aims to tell a story. Well, it seems like minus a lot more details, because I didn't go back and listen to the first two yet, or the first two recently, I should say. But with this third one, you can hear like in the skits, it's the driver, the Uber driver, who is played by DC Youngfly, is finally meeting up with EarthGang. They're in the car and they end up going to their fantasy world. That's the last skit on this EP. So right there, that sounds to me like it goes directly into Mirrorland. Overall, this is a really fun listen. And now I wanted to highlight some of my favorite songs, starting with Cocktail. So I originally wrote this song down because there was one line that I wanted to highlight. First time I ate pussy, I knew evil was sweet. When I first heard that, it made me laugh. And so I wrote that down with the intentions of just saying that. But as I listened to the EP more and more, I realized that Cocktail was one of my favorites. It has like a complete package. I likened it to a video concept that I was kind of drumming up in my head. I was thinking, like, how cool would it be if these two were on stage with a full band. You got the saxophone in the production, and like set it in like the 1940s, 1950s, even the 60s, and just have them on stage really, rapping these bars, rapping this song while the full band plays in the background. I thought it would be a unique thing, have them wearing like suits and hats, make it look real old school. I thought that would be cool. And so that's one of the reasons why I got like really absorbed in this record. And then aside from that, there was one other line that really caught my attention because I really felt it in my heart. Dot says, "I need proof I ain't stupid for believing in dreams." Now that's a really that's a line that anybody who is chasing their dreams can believe in, or should believe in. Man, see, it's one of those lines that just has you speechless, but it's got power to it. My other favorite song is called Build. It's hard to pinpoint that one song that I would push as a single, but I really think that Build beats out the other three songs on the EP by just an inch. Just an inch. I'm listening to this chorus and it's like so smooth. It's so nice for the eardrums. And I want to like sing along with it. Like every time that it comes on, I'm like, just yesterday. Even trying to hit like the high note parts. I can't hit a high note. I can't sing. But I'm still going along with the song. It's a fun record. And not for nothing, I feel like EarthGang's raps on this EP are some of the best that they've produced in their career, I would say. They're only getting better with time. And so there were a couple passages on here that I wanted to highlight because it shows how much content is on this EP for just being 25 minutes long. Dr. Dot says, "You decay what I suffered through. What did life put my muscles through? Made that boy indestructible. You decay what I suffered through. You wouldn't even be able to make it." Now that right there is a nice little passage. And then on Johnny Venus's verse, he says, That's how you whip up the story and cook it to life, kids. You should try it, or you might even be amazed. You might even be the face of some generation. That's fucking the system for inspiration. Gun to your head like masturbation. I liked how he delivered that and how it ended the verse. It's something to think about. Usually I would have something critical to say or a least favorite song to highlight. But right now I don't have anything to discuss. I like the skits. I think they tie into what's next for EarthGang really well. I love the music. I think this is some of the best music I've heard from them. And it makes me wish that Royalty as an EP was longer. Because I know that we're going to get like shades of this on their album. But in terms of like a full-length project, I think Royalty could have been one of those moments that turns from an EP into a full-length project. I'm happy with the direction that they're going in because it shows that EarthGang has put a lot of time and attention into their presentation, into the rollout for this upcoming album. One of EarthGang's biggest strengths as artists, and especially on Royalty, is that their music is real friendly. What I mean by that is when I wrote this part, I was on my second listen of the EP. And I was already singing along with the various like choruses. I was kind of, mumbling the lyrics. It's very inviting. I think it's important that you have music that you can catch the melodies, you can catch the lyrics on like a first or second listen, and then you're just singing along. You're wanting to enjoy it. You're wanting to get into the verses now because that is where there's a lot of the meat. I think Royalty is my favorite out of the trio of EPs that they put out since September. Now that this one is out, I plan on going back and listening to Rags and Robots and then this one once again to really try to dive more into the concept. I think I have an idea of what is going on, but I feel like there's more to the story than what's just given on this third EP. Like now I want to go back and listen to the first two EPs and see if there's something from like the third EP that kind of makes sense now going back and listening to the first two. Stuff like that is what I really appreciate about music. I appreciate not just being fed like, what's hot at the moment. I appreciate artists like EarthGang who really put the time and attention into their music to where you actually want to listen to it over and over again, capture what they're saying, and really absorb the message. So their sophomore album, Mirrorland, is coming out later this year. No release date yet, but it's one that if I could go back in time and remake my video, I would definitely include this on my most anticipated albums of 2018 list. I feel like after these three EPs, they really have the perfect setup going into this next album. So those are my thoughts on EarthGang's third EP, Royalty. After you listen to this one, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at @SermonsDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.